Hey guys, it's Marta. I thought today's video should be about flowers. So today I'll talk about 10 plants that bloom in August. The best color you can get for that month in your garden. Let's begin. First plant is Russian sedge. This is incredible plant if you have a sunny space and a soil that doesn't have to be rich. I think it prefers the soil that is not that rich. I don't even fertilize it. I just give it a tiny, like a blanket of compost in spring. That is all I do. Sometimes it might need a little staking, but mostly no. You don't have to do anything with it. In spring, it looks beautiful when it has those grayish leaves. Then it will bloom with clouds of cold purple flowers, and the bees love it. We always see hundreds of bees feeding on it, and you don't have to do anything except shearing it down in spring. That's all you need to do. As I'm standing here, number 2 will be SUPERTUNIA bubblegum. Not only bubblegum will bloom for you in August, all the SUPERTUNIAs will bloom for you in August, not only in August, from May until even November. They are amazing plants that are giving you flowers all the time. If you just fertilize them, water them, you don't really need to deadhead them, just sometimes do this and that's all. And you will get those huge balls of flowers all the time. I love them, but bubblegum is my favorite because it goes so well, even in the borders, even if it is in smashing rain, it always recovers, it always looks so good. This is my favorite SUPERTUNIA. Plant number 3 is RUDBECKIA SAHARA. This is a tender perennial that doesn't always overwinter in our country, but I had a lot of success this year. These plants overwintered and they've been blooming for a month, I think, but also the ones that I saw in spring are blooming now too. They are a bit smaller. In this tiny border, I love to interplant my RUDBECKIA SAHARA with my zinnias and with my nicotianas. This is Nicotiana Langsdorffii. I also have Nicotiana alata, but also zinnias. I love them. Those flowers also bloom in August. Mine are a bit late to bloom because I just have 3 flowers because all of my tiny seedlings were eaten by snails, but hopefully you have a lot more zinnias than I do now. Plant number 4 will be Buddleia, so butterfly bush. I love it because butterflies love it and I can watch them, and I love it for its scent. The scent is honey-like, very gentle, but it's spreading around this whole area, so I love that, and I love scents like that. It is a very easy to grow plant. I just prune it very hard in, look, the butterflies. I just prune it very hard in spring, like 20 centimeters from the ground. And this is all I do. I just give it a little bit of fertilizer, give it a sunny position. Now you can see it in the shade, but it gets around 7 hours of sunlight a day, and it's very happy. And the butterflies are happy too. If you want to prolong the flowering of your Buddleia, remember to deadhead the spent flowers and then the new will emerge. Plant number 5 is CLEMATIS. I love them. Those are the perfect vines for me. I love especially the tiny flowers of the Vigicella type. This is Solina, Prince Charles. I also have Betty Corning that has these beautiful flowers that look like bells. See? It's like so beautiful, and this one is scented. Yeah, those of course they flower most in July, but I still get a lot of flowers in August, and I really enjoy them because I really like those splashes of colors on some kind of pergolas or on some other plants. I really like it, just tiny splash of color. Plant number 6, I couldn't miss it. Hydrangeas, ANABELLES and strong ANABELLES. I absolutely love them. I think they are one of the most important plants in the beginning of August in my garden. Then now they are super white, but then at the end of August they will become limey green. I also love that color, and I think if you plant them en masse, you will just see those so many hundreds of huge white flowers. I think anyone that would walk here would just be drawn to them. They are extremely beautiful. I just love them. If you want to know more about hydrangeas Annabelle, I will link the video about them above. Plant number 7 is PHLOX paniculata. I love this plant so much. It is beautiful. It has amazing scent. The pollinators love it. They look beautiful. They add so much color in the summer garden, especially late summer garden. If you shear them after the first bloom, that is usually July, the beginning of August, if you shear them down, you will be rewarded with flowers even in the fall. So that is beautiful. I really like them. The only problem you can get with them is mildew. If they are too dry, sometimes they get it. But here they are very well watered and I don't get that problem. 8th place goes to roses. It shouldn't be the 8th place because it's one of my favorite plants, but roses will bloom for you from, depending on where you live, of course, but from my experience in zone 6B, roses start blooming for us in the end of June and they will bloom until the frost comes. So usually October or November, depending on the year. But if you deadhead them, if you prune them after they've bloomed, you will be rewarded with more and more flowers, and that is what I love about roses. If you have a lot of them, they will be having different flowering behavior, what I would call it, and you can expect blooms all the time. Of course, it's not like the first blooming you've seen in the video. When they are all starting to bloom, it looks like you are in a magical garden, but then there will be less flowers, but you will have flowers nonetheless. So it's always good to have those splashes of color when it's the end of summer and the garden is not looking as lush as in June. So remember to deadhead your roses or prune them even harder to get more blooms. As you can see, this rose was one of the first ones to be deadheaded and pruned because it was one of the first to bloom. And see, here we have a lot of new buds. These buds have been flowering for a week at least, and we'll get a lot of new ones. So that is good to be on top of your game and prune as you need to. That is a lot of work if you have 200 roses. So maybe start with fewer than I did. I promised myself that I would only talk about 10 plants, but as I walk, I see other plants that I want to talk to you about. So this is the Lictrium Delaware. It's a perennial. I shear it down to the ground in spring and then it grows. It's like 2 meters tall. Beautiful clouds of purple and white flowers. It looks like a cloud of flowers very high above your border, so it's highly recommended, but you'll need to give it a few years so it reaches its full potential. For the first 4 or 5 years you will not see that beautiful show, but later it will surprise you. And here you can also see the perennial type of clematis that I love. It's called Cisaia ptisa. It can sprawl through your plants, or it can climb upwards like this one. Plant number 9 is coneflower. This is such a classic flower in the garden, in the cottage garden. The bees love it, the butterflies love it, and I think they love it more than the buddleia, so the butterfly bush. I would call this a butterfly flower. It is such a lovely plant. It's so healthy for us. I always take supplements with echinacea, that is its name also. When I have a sore throat or something, it always helps. It is a beautiful pollinator attractant. Attractant, I don't know if that is a word, but it attracts pollinators, definitely, and it looks beautiful in the border. It will bloom for you for a very long time. You can deadhead it or you don't have to. As an extra, I will say other flowers that go really well with that and are also the August bloomers are Verbena bonariensis, the beautiful purple flowers, the smaller or bigger variety, and also I here have some cosmos. That is a beautiful annual that is also good for the pollinators, and it's amazing for cut flowers. It also blooms in August. Plant number 10 would be Hydrangea paniculata, the cone-shaped hydrangea. I love it. I think it's a great plant for someone who is just beginning to garden. It is easy. It blooms on this year's wood, so you don't have to be you don't have to worry about the freezing of the stems. Then it will love the sunny position. It will love the semi-shade. Just don't put it in deep shade. Don't let it dry, but a bit of drying will not kill it. So if it has rich soil and it gets constant moisture, not as much as Annabelle's, but they are much more forgiving, it will be super happy and it will have a lot of blooms. There are paniculatas for everyone. If you love white flowers, you can go with polar bear or with limelight. If you like a bit of pink, you can go with vanilla fraise. That is now white, but will get a gentle blush of pink, or maybe fraise melba, I think it's called, a bit pinker. And then you can go with even the darker types of hydrangeas, paniculatas. Something for everyone. You can even get them as a tree. I have some, I've just put them this year in my garden. We'll see how they will be getting on. I'm happy that they have some flowers and they look beautiful. They are just higher. So I think this is a perfect plant for your August garden. It will be changing colors. What I love, it just, most of them start white and then they get a blush of color and they will look totally different in autumn. I will show you then how each of them looks different. I really like it when they change the color when the fall comes. They're becoming more fall-like flowers, and I love that about them too. Okay, I felt bad about the other plants I didn't talk about, so I brought some lilies, I brought some dahlias, I brought some annuals. There are so many other plants that are blooming. I hope you will write in the comments what plants are the main attraction in your garden in August, or maybe they are not the super attraction, but you love them so much that you cannot imagine your August garden without them. Please write in the comments, and if you are in some exotic locations, maybe you will write us what is blooming for you in August. Let us know. So I'm waiting for your comments. I will link in the description of the video, I will link more videos when there is more in-depth information about some of the plants. If you speak English or if I have English subtitles on my Polish channel, I will also link that below. So check the description. If you like today's video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one on Saturday. Bye!